Can you still get a decent meal in Melbourne City for $12 or less? It's a question we've been tackling over the last few videos, and today is day 3.
What's wrong with you? Eat it.
It's so salty!
$1 off, that's just rude.
It's like a nice coarsely ground beef. I'm obsessed.
I don't think these are going in a takeaway cup.
We're hitting up at least 4 locations a day and breaking down the good, bad, ugly, and delicious along the way. It's almost like pasta. I think I've never had a noodle this thick.
Yeah.
And you might want to grab a snack for yourself because this is not the video to watch on an empty stomach. And welcome to part 3 of our food vlog series.
In this series, guys, we are tackling cheap eats for $12 or less in the Melbourne CBD, and we are trying to cover your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, and maybe a snack as well. When we're going to these locations, we're going to be looking for a few things. Number one is the vibe of the place, the prices of the things on the menu, but how does it taste as well? We don't just want it to be cheap garbage. And also, if we didn't have a budget, what is the one thing on the menu that we would pick too? So that is the goal for the day, to try and cover all of our meals.
And maybe squeeze in a little dessert. Obviously it's sweet, it's a donut, but we are here in the Docklands area of Victoria, right in front of Marvel Stadium. What was it called before Marvel?
It was called Etihad.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then the
Etihad.
Telstra Dome, and who knows what it will be called next year.
Whoever pays the most is what they will name it next.
Docklands Stadium for us Melburnians who can't remember its bloody new name every year.
The place we are going to for breakfast has 3 locations, but only one of them is open today. Today is a Saturday, so we're gonna go check that one out because breakfast is only till 12, I think. So let's go see what this is all about. Hopefully it's near here. I don't know where it is. Let's go. That cow is odd looking.
Yeah.
Its head is so small compared to the rest of its body. But I guess that's just art for you. Art is subjective. Art is beautiful. Art is a tormented cow.
How did it get in that tree?
No,
What's its origin story?
It looks like a milk carton.
What's its prequel?
Tormented. What word am I trying to say? Tormented, demented. I don't. Demented, tormented tree cow. The tail. I need to know the origin story. Salty, crunchy, heavenly.
Fresh tomato.
Oh man, we just wrapped up and that was so good.
So we just ate at Saluministi, and oh my god, this place needs to be on the map. So I'm quite happy to do that. We got 2 things, both of them ham-based, and as we sat down and got more into the vibe of the place, we realized the whole point of this place is Little Italy, Nonna's Kitchen, ham, salami, cured meats and cheeses. It was delicious.
But modernized. It's very modern, but it has like touches of like the old school feel.
Also a little touch of home for me. My background and my family is Eastern European, and I don't see this drink anywhere there. It's this drink called Montenegro. It's a liqueur from Eastern Europe, and they make their own version of it here as well.
Yeah.
How more authentic than that does it get?
Yeah, everything just felt like a little lush, a little gourmet. Like one of the sandwiches that we got was like basically like a ham cheese tomato toasty, but it just felt so gourmet. I believe it was a sourdough bread, but the cheese, it was just like, it wasn't just your basic like cheese from Woolies, and the tomato was so fresh. It was just the ingredients, like the quality of the ingredients made the sandwich. But then the pancetta and egg one, holy moly, that one was so good. The bread was so crunchy, but then when you like ripped it open, it was like soft inside, and then the salty pancetta was so crispy. It reminded me of like bacon from home, like nice crispy bacon that is so hard to find here in Melbourne. It was so good. Like I think it was better than my American bacon back home.
There is nothing quite like a place that does the basics well.
Yeah.
You know, like essentially what we just had was a ham and cheese toasty, you know?
Yeah.
But
And an egg and pancetta.
and an egg and pancetta. But the reason that this place is opening up different locations around the CBD, and the fact that this place was so busy today, is because it does those simple things so well and with so much care. And when I was walking around the place just having a look at it, there's cheese wheels there with their own prints on it. They're curing their own meat there. They're doing everything from the ground up to give you the best basic ham and cheese toasty you can get.
Yeah.
But it is so well crafted. It's filled in there wall to wall.
It's an art. It really is so delicious. While we were eating, we were just talking about like, you don't have to go and just get a basic ham, egg, and cheese toasty from somewhere, and you don't have to sacrifice that. If you want something that is still affordable, you can go to somewhere like this and still get a pretty affordable sandwich that's going to taste a lot better and be a lot more filling and actually have quality ingredients, and I'm all about that. Even if I had an unlimited budget, my no budget pick would be the pancetta and egg sandwich. It was that good. It was so good. Like when it came out, I was like, it exceeded my expectations. It looked so delicious, and the flavor met those expectations. It was just so good. It was so good, I honestly could go for another.
Last thing, a lot of places like this, especially in the Melbourne CBD, if you're gonna grab a coffee, they put a hell of a markup on their coffees. I didn't buy one, but I had a look at the menu of the coffees. Same price as everywhere else. They don't chuck a markup on it. It's just good food at a reasonable price. Massive tick. Massive tick.
And this, so I know some of their other locations are like cutouts in laneways, like you just walk up to the window and like order that way. This one you can actually sit down, there's tables, you can kind of like enjoy the vibe, and so it very much has an atmosphere versus the other ones, which I've seen only online, look like more like a grab and go takeaway, like walk up to the window, order your thing. So I do like that because the other locations were closed, we were kind of forced to enjoy this vibe, and I'm really glad that we got to like immerse ourselves in that vibe instead of just getting the sandwich takeaway. We got to like kind of feel a little bit of the origin story behind this place, and I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right, it's off to the next spot.
Let go.
It's time for lunch.
All right, spot number 2 for lunch. Bit of a classic Melbourne staple, at least in the Melbourne tradie scene. A banh mi bun, and this place is called Baguette Banh Mi.
Baguette.
Baguette.
Like a bear.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Baguette Banh Mi.
Just baguette.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's trying to say it with an accent.
Baguette.
If you don't know, banh mi is like a Vietnamese sandwich roll. It's like a bread roll, and I've never had one. I always see, I've never had a banh mi.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't know that.
So I've never had a banh mi. I've known about them because they're very popular here in Melbourne.
They're good, man.
There was a miscommunication with the ordering. We were supposed to get 2 banh mi's, but we accidentally got some barbecue pork buns, which happened to be Doug's also favorite thing.
I love a good pork bun, mate, so I'm not upset about that.
If you've never had a pork bun, we're like in the center. Flinders Street's right there, guys, so you just gotta bear with the sound, okay? A pork bun is so soft and gooey, and then it has whatever filling you choose. Like this has like a meat barbecue pork filling, but it's like a cloud. It's like a soft cloud, and it's like slight sweet, and then the savory filling. It's so, he's obsessed with them. I can have one. I'd rather have a dumpling, but
I treat them as a dessert. When we go out to places to eat dinner and they serve them, I'll get my meal and then I'll have a couple of pork buns just to wrap it up with.
They're so filling to me.
Oh, they're so good.
I got a lemongrass and beef banh mi. We are in prime Seagull location as well, so we got to be real careful. Because look at that one. That one
they know.
already.
They know.
And we're right next to the tram stop. So this is a lemongrass and beef banh mi. Flaky crust. We got the meat. Ooh, there's some sauce in there. Carrots.
So this is a tradie's dream lunch.
Ooh, there's some cabbages, cucumber. It looks like a sauce with some onions. I'm really excited for that. Bun's very, very flaky, like crispy.
The vibe of Baguette Banh Mi is very cool. It's very hole in the wall, grab one and go. The menu is quite big. There was maybe, what, 20, 30 different banh mi's to choose from?
Overwhelming for my first, like, choose your banh mi experience, but I liked having the options.
Yeah. And they do make it very clear. They got a big board there with all the different ones that you can get, along with numbers next to them. But as it is with these sort of classic hole-in-the-wall places that are very regional, none of the numbers actually match up on the different boards.
Yeah.
They're all numbered. The same sandwich is numbered completely differently on every single board. And then they like to sprinkle in a few other things from back home. They have actual fresh sugarcane there, which I haven't seen available in Melbourne anywhere. I haven't seen that since I was in Southeast Asia, which is pretty cool.
I never heard of this, so I was like, what is this? And they actually have like the sugar canes in the back fridge. I just saw them. It was so cool. And then he was explaining it to me, so I'll let him explain it to you.
Yeah, so essentially a sugarcane juice is 2 ingredients. No, it's 1 ingredient. Sorry, 2 ingredients. The second one is ice. It is literally just a stick of sugarcane shoved into a crusher, turned into a juice, and then a heap of ice poured on top of it. And that is a sugarcane drink. As you can tell, it's very, very popular in Southeast Asian countries because it's so readily available everywhere, and it's so easy to make with just crush a sugarcane and put ice cubes in
What
it.
does it taste like?
Sugar water. Tastes like sugar
sweet?
water. It's sweet, yeah. It tastes like
extra
sugar water.
sweet?
And it's very earthy as well because it is a giant grass fruit. Maybe we should have got one. Maybe we'll go back and get a sugarcane juice so Jamie can try
no,
one.
it's too late. It's too
We'll
late.
save that for when we go to Thailand.
I'm not feeling adventurous today, guys, okay? I already had a tentacle, okay? I had a tentacle. I had the tip of a tentacle.
You don't want to drink it just a raw stem of plant crushed with
Of
ice?
sugar?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Lastly on the vibe, for some reason, Baguette Bung Mi wants to do a crossover with Pokemon, and it's half a Pokemon store, half
Yeah.
a Baguette store. I didn't know that when I picked it. And I do have a deep childhood nostalgic love still to this day for Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I wasn't disappointed when I saw it. I'm just saying, there was cards there,
There
was
was a sign. It
collectibles
said,
there.
if you buy 3 banh mi, you get a free Pokemon card.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? What's happening
About
here?
to buy myself dinner and get a Pokemon card. I was like, this is the best day ever.
So it's a fun little vibe, and it's right at Flinders Street Station. So it's like in the hub. So and it's very much no seating. Grab a sandwich, grab a bao bun, grab a Pokemon card, and
Get out of there.
get on your way.
Time for you to have your first banh mi.
The bread's so big.
And flaky.
I just love those Vietnamese flavors. I became obsessed with Vietnamese food when I moved to Australia. I never tried it before I moved here, but like that lemongrass and beef combination I love so much. This just reminds me of like a delicious lemongrass and beef Vietnamese salad, but in a roll. It's got like fresh ingredients, fresh like cilantro or coriander as the Aussies call it, cucumber, the beef, and then it's just packed with flavor. I did not expect it to taste this yummy because it is this little hole in the wall near the station. I'm a fan. I'm a banh mi girl. I don't know why anyone would go to Subway when there's so many other options that are just so good.
And I got, accidentally, but not mad about it, my best dessert in the world. The pork bun. These things are so soft. They're like a cloud filled with meat. I love them so much.
This is so soft.
Oh yeah, and this one is no different. The sauce is a bit sweet on this one. So it's nice sweet pork sitting on this nice soft dough. Look how soft this dough is.
It's so soft. We're surrounded by seagulls now.
Excellent spot for lunch in the middle of the city. Flinders Street itself.
I didn't think I was gonna eat the whole thing,
I
but
didn't think you would eat the whole thing either. You're like, I'm not even hungry. We just had breakfast.
it's so good. I was trying to show you. I'm right on the edge of the curb. I was trying to show you how flaky it is. But you'll see on the floor. That's how flaky it is.
The seagulls are gonna love us.
I won't lie, I was making fun of this place because the aesthetics of it doesn't look like it's going to be that great. But I've got to say, it delivered. It delivered. I love it. I love it, okay? So I'm sorry that I judged the book by its cover, but you picked a good one.
We're on the board, boys.
Who knows? If that's a basic banh mi, then I don't want to try a gourmet. I don't think I can handle it. But I got my little bite that I'm taking home, and he's gonna take his second bun home.
Yeah, for dessert.
Our no budget pick, I would get another banh mi,
Yeah.
2 banh mis,
Yeah.
and Pokemon card.
Yeah, maybe 6 banh mi so we can get 2 Pokemon cards.
Doug is trying to feed the seagull that piece of meat that fell.
Who wants it?
I'll go. We couldn't leave the city without getting Walker's Donuts, you guys. We love this place. Look at these guys. This is one of those places that I've walked by and I thought it was just like a cheap place in the middle of the city near the station. But since trying them, they are some of my favorite donuts in Australia. And actually the first Boston cream donut that I've ever had. And I'm from Boston. They're my favorite. This is so gooey, so soft on the inside, and just the perfect balance for me. It's not too sweet. Obviously it's sweet, it's a donut, but the custard inside, I still can't believe that this is now one of my favorite donuts. If you haven't had a Boston cream donut, you need to go and try one, okay? A little chocolate on it, soft dough, and the custard's not too sweet.
Are they popular in Boston?
They have them at Dunks, but I always get my glazed donuts. Walker's, you've done it again.
I didn't get a donut today, but I do love Walker's Donuts, and I just realized they have a hot dog menu as well, and they're all under $12, except for the big one.
And they do coffee as well, but we're on a budget, so we went to 7-Eleven. They have them sprinkled around some of the Westfield shopping centers in Victoria. If you're lucky, there's one near you. Go check it out and get a Boston cream, and think of me while you eat it.
Let's go.
So there is no way that we could have come into the city and not taken you to one of our favorite spots to stop in for a little snack when we're walking through or have a busy day. This is our go-to, and this is another one of those things that I see people carrying through the street. It's a very common street food here in Australia, and it's one of the things I didn't really start getting into again until I moved here, and it is sushi.
I feel like around the world, Australian street food is known as a meat pie, but really, a meat pie is more of like you're going to a sporting event and grabbing a meat pie. They'll serve a lot of them there. But going around the CBD, a lot of shopping centers, a quick lunch or a quick snack while you're on the go. A lot of Aussies do eat sushi. Obviously, our food here is very culturally influenced by South Asia, and sushi is one of those things that we really picked up. And we love it, man.
They ran with it. Aussies love sushi. But, and so there's so many different sushi franchises around Victoria, around the whole state, and I'm sure the whole country.
Shut up, Doug.
But I will argue, and again, this is one of the places I will fight for. Sushi Hub has the best sushi in Melbourne. Fight me on it, okay? Like, find a better place, okay? Find a better place. Like, yes, they do charge more than some sushi places, but it's for a good reason, and it is worth the extra 50 cents, okay? It is worth it. The quality, they are like military precision in here, and they have their system down pat. It's just so good. It's a thick piece. The chicken is so fresh. And I told him this, like, I'm like, no, it's the best. And he was just like, it's sushi. Like, they're all the same.
I've had heaps of sushi, mate. I'm from Melbourne.
And then he tried it, and he was like, oh, I get it.
We've gone out of our way to get Sushi Hub just for dinner.
Yeah, I like to get the spicy crispy chicken, and Doug likes the basic crispy chicken. Another one of my favorites is the spicy tuna, like the cooked tuna. I don't really do the raw sushi meat. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. They don't skimp on it, and it never feels like lackluster. It never feels like it's just like thrown together. It feels like it's handcrafted with love. So if you are in Melbourne, let me know what is your favorite sushi place, but also let me know if you tried Sushi Hub, because if you haven't, you have to do it for me, okay? If you like sushi and you have a go-to sushi place, please just go try Sushi Hub, okay? Not sponsored, but like Sushi Hub, hit me up. I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm obsessed. I'm addicted. I please. All right. I mean, it's not like we know what these taste like. We always mix them up because we get the same thing, except mine's is spicy. The spicy one, see that little orange sauce? That's how you know it's the spicy one. I don't know how I'm still eating.
You notice how it doesn't fall apart either?
Yeah.
A lot of cheap sushi will fall apart when you bite into it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So in the States, I was so used to sushi with the seaweed on the inside and the rice on the outside. And so this was so different to me. And did you know that these are really bad for the environment? They like cause so much pollution, these little plastic fishies. And I don't know why we can't make these like biodegradable. It's 2024, people. Why are we still doing dumb things? Listen, I'm not like the most sustainable person of the planet, but I try and do little things that I can. As a consumer that like loves convenience, I need the stores to be stepping up their game too. Okay, anyway, back to the food.
It's so good. So you've got all this soft, nice rice around the outside, plus the soft chicken in the center, with a nice little crunchy cucumber. It's a wonderful thing. This is without a doubt one of my favorite snacks. Even when we're just filming behind the scenes, if I see a sushi hub, I'm there.
If there's a sushi hub, Doug and Jamie are gonna grub. And the vibe of this place is obviously on the street, grab and go. They're really quick, really efficient, and they usually have like a good amount of staff. You're in, you're out, you're eating delicious food. So they're efficient, they're quick. Like I said, it's not just the quality of how they make the sushi that's efficient, it's the whole experience of Sushi Hub is military precision quality sushi. Sushi Hub, call me.
Let's get at it.
We're on the corner of Burke Street right now, if you know, and it is very busy and everyone is staring at us.
So far we have gotten our breakfast sorted out, our lunch sorted out, plus our snacks sorted out as well. And it's all had meticulous planning going into it to make sure that the deals are right. But for dinner, we are going to do a bit of a wild card event. We are going to a food court that is generally known as a good sort of local food court where there's some cheap eats there, but we have no idea what we're going to find when we get there. So we'll see what happens when we get there, if we can find a dinner for $12 or less.
Wow, so we're fancy, huh? Welcome to the Paramount Food Court. Well, we're almost there, but it's down that way.
You remember this one from episode 1? We just couldn't stay away. We had to come back. These prices won't do. So we've scanned this whole food court. There's one little pocket left, but so far this whole food court, it's out of our budget range. The cheapest thing that we've seen here so far is a $14 meal. So fingers crossed for the last 3. We have a winner, the last one left. Literally the very last shop as you do the circle of the food court, or the very first one depending which way you come in, but for us it was the last one. It's got a $12 and a rice.
A $12 and a rice?
$12 and a rice. It's what's called a meat and rice deal, so a little bit of meat, a little bit of rice on the side. $12 is your main. There are the bowls there. Let's see what we get for $12.
I think we're gonna end up splitting this one because we're both so full.
So we ended up coming to the Paramount Food Court, which has a lot of places around it. They're all Southeast Asian themed. There's a couple of Indian ones sprinkled in around it as well. And it is known on Google for the place to go and get authentic, cheap eats for that region. However, walking around, the vibe of it...
Are you looking for the toilets?
Yay.
Yeah, they're back around the corner by the escalators. I know. It's...
The vibe of it does feel authentic. You feel like you're walking around a Southeast Asian market, which is cool. However, when it comes to the prices, now that we've done this series of cheap eats around Melbourne for $12 or less, you know, we're towards the end of episode 3. This is the dinner option. A lot of those were around $14, $16 as the lowest price and then going up from there. And we've seen quite a few places around Melbourne where you can get a damn good deal like that. So I think maybe the conversation around Paramount Food Courts might go from it's super cheap and affordable to it does feel super homey when you're looking for food from that region. Having said that, we did find one meal deal for $12 or less, and it came in right at $12, which was one main and some rice on the side. Firstly, the serving size is full. They're not screwing around with the serving size at all. The options of main were a little limited. It was 2 chicken options, one being just shredded chicken, which means there's not a lot of meat on it. It's a lot of just chicken shavings. And the other one was liver chicken, like chopped up bits of liver from a chicken, and pork. So pretty limited options when it comes to the main. And then with the rice on the side, it's just a classic steamed white rice. It's a pretty simple $12 meal. Considering the amount of love that we got in the food and the amount of craftsmanship that went into breakfast for $12, it's a bit of a stark difference, I'm not gonna lie. When you're looking at it visually, what you get for $12 is very different between breakfast and dinner, or some of the other places that we've been to on the cheap eats. But let's try it out.
So yeah, I wasn't really happy with the meat options that they did have. I'm glad that we were able to find something here because I did not feel like having to pull out the phones and do all the research. So when you're in a pinch, this food court I think would serve a lot of people well, but the chicken doesn't look, it looks dried out, I will say. It looks dried out. There were other options there that looked a lot tastier, but were out of the budget of $12. So if you have a couple extra dollars, there's probably other things on their menu that would be a more appealing, but this just looks like dried out chicken. Oh, and it's, yeah, so I think that there were better options, but we're on a budget.
This might be the worst thing out of the whole series.
You like it?
It's sweeter than I imagined. I thought it was gonna be super, super dried out, but it's like sticky sweet.
It is dried out.
It is, but it's not as dried out as I thought it would be.
It has flavor, but it's almost like a crackling.
That's weird. That's not what I expected. You really don't like it, do you?
It's like a crackling,
It's very sweet.
and I like crackling, it's very, very sweet. Yeah. But it just feels like it's the leftover bits of the chicken.
Absolutely.
The crusty leftover bits of the chicken that they've just thrown with some rice.
Yeah, I don't know what they've done here. It's like they've taken leftover bits of chicken breast, called it shredded chicken, and then chucked it in a hot pot full of a honey sticky sauce.
Yeah.
And gone, that'll do.
It's a very interesting flavor.
Not bad.
He likes it. It's a no from me.
Come here and try this. This is good. Paramount Food Court, it slaps.
It's so dried out.
It is very dry.
It's such a dry.
But the rice is soft.
I know, but it doesn't matter. It's like the exact opposite of the Taiwanese chicken that we had in part 2. That was so tender and juicy. This is the opposite of that.
It's the worst thing we've had on the entire series, but it's not that bad.
No, the octopus was too salty.
Oh yeah, the octopus was bad. That was just salt.
You ate it all though.
I know.
That's not to say I wouldn't come back to Paramount Food Court to get something else when we aren't on a budget. It's just to say that when you're limited on budget, it doesn't affect the quality sometimes, and that seems to be the case here. I can't believe he's still eating it. It's just, look how dried out. This looks like the tentacle. It's hard. Look, chicken shouldn't do this. Like, ow, it's hurting my teeth.
I like all the options here. I absolutely would come back. A few of the places are licensed as well, so they sell beer as well. I think if we were having a night in the city where we were bar hopping, what have you, coming here for a feed, absolutely.
$14, $16, just up the budget slightly.
Yeah, the fact that we had to get dried out chicken that has been covered up with honey is because we're just trying to do this on the $12.
It's the challenge of the $12 budget. Again, we left this as the wild card, so there was always going to be a chance that it was going to be a flop. If you like dried out chicken, then you'll love this.
Don't say it like that. If you like honey chicken that's crunchy and delicious,
if you like dried chicken, you'll like this. Doug likes dried chicken because that's how he cooks it.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to cook chicken, so he's probably used to this.
Someone officially made it like this. A chef makes it like this. I'm sorry, I just make my chicken the Taiwanese way. I'm sorry.
Thai.
That's what I said.
Taiwan. No, this is Thailand.
Yeah. I make my chicken the Thai way. That is what it is.
The only thing I've learned from this is that I'm not doing a wild card again, okay? I am not willing to take the risk, okay? Because that was a flop. You guys, I gotta go. and that's a wrap, baby.
3 days. Although that last one, Jamie still hasn't decided whether or not that's a dinner. We spent about, well, this entire time walking over here on whether or not that was actually worthwhile being called a dinner. I maintain that it was. I really enjoyed it.
That was not even a meal, okay? It wasn't a dinner, it wasn't anything. I would never get it again. All that to say, I would not use that meal to judge whether or not I would go back to that same restaurant. I just think that they have better options available. So just don't go there with the $12 budget and you should be good.
I always thought maybe breakfast would be the hardest one, but dinner is sort of the hardest one to get for $12.
Again, I think it comes down to doing your research. We did not do the research on this and we just kind of left it up in the air as a wild card.
Yeah.
So I think the prep goes a long way when you're doing these like extreme budget kind of things. It's not $12, it's $12. Like,
especially for dinner.
Yeah.
For lunch around the city, you get a lot of deals, a lot of lunch deals. But
and
for dinner,
snacks,
but for dinner, it's very like, you need a main course for $12.
Yeah.
And I guess we're 2 out of 3, because that one is a sparse dinner, but I liked it.
Would you crave it again?
Never.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, our picks of the day, like our top food item that we ate today, mine was the pancetta and the egg sandwich this morning. That stole my heart.
Mine was probably the crunchy chicken at the end, that dinner
Are you
chicken.
kidding me? Are you serious?
The bao bun that I had was really
Oh yeah, I was about to throw him out the car. We loved the breakfast spot for today. Back to the outro.
Let us know down there in the comments section, crispy chicken with honey sauce. Would you eat it?
That sounds good. That sounds like a battered crispy chicken. Would you eat a dried out, shredded, very thin, hard to chew chicken that tastes very sweet with some rice?
Yeah. Let us know that down there in the comments. And number 2, when you go to a donut place like Walker's Donuts, you saw the selection that was there today. Drop down your donut order right there in the comments as well. I'm a big Boston cream guy. I used to be a peanut butter guy, but then I had a donut that had too much peanut butter and it ruined the whole peanut butter experience for me.
Yeah, so let us know your favorite donut in the comments below. Maybe we'll do a donut video where we like try all our subscribers' favorite donuts. We'll do a donut series.
Okay.
Yes, if you guys contribute to that, we might just do a little donut series where we like try your favorite donut, like maybe a 3-part series, and we'll pick a few of them. I don't know. We'll see.
We could add it into like a road trip. Like if you guys let us know your favorite donuts, we could maybe grab one each episode on a road trip that we do.
Something
we'll
like that.
We'll figure it out to integrate it.
We'll do something. But yeah, let us know your favorite donut in the comments. Well, that wraps up part 3 of this series. I can't believe that we've made it this far. This is going to be a 4-part series. I am really pushing to make it a 5-part series because we have found some like really good places that I want to try out. And I even found a place, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to ruin it, but you'll just have to wait and see. Okay.
Having said that, if you want to see the last episode or see if we push this out to 2 more episodes, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. Let us know your favorite donut. Let us know what you thought about our dinner option tonight.
With that, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and we hope to see you tuning in to another video soon. Bye! I'm so full. I'm so full. I'm so full. Everyone's staring at us. Everyone's staring at us.
There's a pub over there.
Oh, Doug's going to the pub. All right. Bye.